Welcome to another episode of Game Boy Roulette, where we take a look at randomly chosen games from the Game Boy library. Space Invaders. Oh man, possibly from space. We've talked about this before, but for a long time, the world of gaming was all about arcades, going in and spending way too many quarters on games that were purposefully designed to be more difficult to get even more quarters from you. And one of the most important, influential, and memorable arcade games was the 1978 Taito hit, Space Invaders. The very first shoot-'em-up game was basic, just move back and forth and shoot the aliens before they get to you, but it helped to set the stage for numerous games to come. In fact, Space Invaders is one of the most influential games of all time. Shigeru Miyamoto, Hideo Kojima, Satoshi Tajiri, and John Romero and John Carmack all say Space Invaders was their introduction to video games. Now that's quite a pedigree. And so it was inevitable that a version of Space Invaders would come to the Game Boy. I say inevitable because the Game Boy really did change gaming forever. Suddenly, people could take gaming wherever they wanted, and companies realized that there was a whole new world for them. That's why the Game Boy was packed with ports, remakes, demakes, and re-releases, because with the world of handheld gaming cracked open, it was open season for everyone to reintroduce franchises in a whole new way. That's also why there's not just one, but two Space Invader games for the Game Boy. Well, the other was released for the Game Boy Color, but it's backwards compatible, so hey, look forward to that episode one day. The cover has a delightful retro feel. I kinda love that they didn't change the design of the aliens, and instead just blew the pixels up to the size of small cars. Remember, the bigger the pixel, the more good the game is. One of the most influential games ever hits the Game Boy. Prepare your defenses, it's Space Invaders. Space Invaders! With no music. Oh, I hate when they do that. I'm always expecting music and it never comes. That Y is incorrect. Thank you. Okay, I appreciate that. Alright, that was funny. Anyway, Space Invaders. Let's do this. One player. Round one, ready. Oh. Yep, it's Space Invaders. Through and through. It is a direct port, at least at this point. No! I'm not good at Space Invaders. Oh! Oh, this is kind of cool. It has, stereo sound. So if I'm over here, it's only from the, left side. From over here, it's only from the right side. That's neat. Uh-oh. The UFO! No, I shot where he was instead of where he should have been. Something tells me I'm not gonna be able to do this. Wait. No, I can do this. Bam. And uh-oh. 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 Hurry. This is stressful. Oh, God. Come on. Only a couple. Darn it. I explode. The end. Space Invaders. Okay. Let's try that again, shall we? It's very primitive. I mean, Space Invaders in general was one of the earliest video games. But that's kind of what makes it wonderful. It's so simple and so fun. The way they... Not really music, but I guess sound effects speed up. Makes it surprisingly tense. Alright, I got this. Oh, I got this. I know one of the main strategies is, shoot up through your own building, but I don't know, I don't like doing that. Gotcha, gotcha. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. No. Yes! Okay, I did it. And now more Space Invaders. Possibly from space. Look, I'm sorry, I gotta make the Futurama jokes. They make me laugh every time. So... Don't get me wrong, it's Space Invaders, it's a fun throwback, it is clearly like a direct remake, and since Space Invaders was simple enough, it's the kind of remake or port that does everything exactly like the original did. The only thing that's missing really is color. But, is this it? Like, again, don't get me wrong, Space Invaders is fun, but... Usually, Game Boy games, I don't know, do something a little bit more than just a straight remake. There's like a bonus mode, or here for extra graphics, that kind of thing. Is this quite literally just Space Invaders on the Game Boy, nothing else? Ooh, I did terrible this round. I'm just gonna stay over here and await inevitable death. There it is. Yeah, so it's literally just Space Invaders. I have mixed feelings about that. On one hand, it's very limited, especially based on what the Game Boy was capable of. You can easily get this exact same experience with better graphics and style and everything. But at the same time, it's Space Invaders. Like, the box made it pretty clear, this is Space Invaders. This isn't, a new way to play a classic. It's just a classic. This very clearly just wants to be the original Space Invaders, but handheld. And honestly, it's still fun. Sometimes the really primitive, basic stuff is just unbelievably fun. It holds up. And another thing, any complaint I could have about, I wish they made a, updated version of Space Invaders. They did. They made it for Game Boy Color. It's backwards compatible with the Game Boy, which means at some point, we will be looking at it at Game Boy Roulette. So, I don't know, it's the kind of thing where any nitpick or complaint I can have at this game is countered by, that's exactly what they wanted to do. And I can't really complain about it, because I'm still having fun. It's Space Invaders, how can you not have fun? You could explode, that's not fun. The fact that I'm not doing well makes me want to really get better. I want to become a Space Invaders expert. Let's try this. Let's see if this actually works. That kind of blocked it. Yeah, can't really say anything, too negative about this. If you're looking for an updated game, you still have it, like I said, in another version. But this, it's just Space Invaders. And Space Invaders continues to be fun, even to this day. Even almost... Gosh, has it been almost 50 years since the release? I think it's been almost 50 years. It's still fun. You should play Space Invaders. Oh, God. I promise you'll be better than me at it. Space Invaders. That was one of those rare games that provides exactly what was promised. And I mean that quite literally. The box says Space Invaders, and that is precisely what is contained in this game. However, it can definitely be argued that that could be both a good and bad thing. The good side is that, well, Space Invaders still holds up all these years later. For such a simple concept, it's just as fun as it was all those years ago. You move back and forth, defending your base and killing all the aliens. And as far as complexity goes, that's pretty much the extent of it. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. A re-release of an all-time important classic without any extra frills or additions to mess with the formula. The game simply presented you with the original, untouched, to let you experience and enjoy it. That's all well and good, but to be honest, that adherence to the original game could also be seen as a detriment. See, at this time, Game Boy was taking all sorts of old games and remaking them with new graphics and new additions, and so to release the game completely unchanged? Yeah, I could see why that might be disappointing, especially for people who were really wanting to see the classic game updated. And yes, they did eventually update it with another game, but that wasn't for a couple more years. It definitely is odd to see so many other games get cleanups and updates, while Space Invaders remained completely unchanged, for better or for worse. I can absolutely understand not liking this game for not doing anything to update the formula, but as for me, I personally enjoy the throwback, so if you're in the mood to revisit an undisputed classic in the world of gaming, then Space Invaders for Game Boy is certainly a good way to go. But as for an updated version, maybe check out the Game Boy Color release. Man, I hope the randomizer lands on that soon, I want to compare. And that's all for another episode of Game Boy Roulette. Make sure to like the video, comment, and subscribe to follow the series as we continue to dig through the Game Boy vault. I'm Brian J, and I'll see you next time.